My name is Benjamin, and I'm the creative director of Benzala Mode. Protecting ourselves from other people who try to project their fears, doubts, and limitations on us is important. However, there's a flip side to that, where we could equally project our gifts, talents, and strengths on other people, making assumptions that what comes to you easily should come to them as well. And by doing that, you water down the very thing that should make you stand out, and you make it ineffective. This is one of the lessons I learned in hindsight through my experience as an undergraduate. Long before I got into the university, I had come to realize that I had irregular sleeve length for my body size. What that meant was that each time I went shopping for clothes, the sleeves would always come up short for my body size, and I would have to buy a size higher, which meant the clothes were too big. In a quest to solve this problem for myself, I later came to realize that this was also a problem for so many other people. As a fresher in 100 level, I was surprised at how people found the things that I wore to be amazing, and they were in awe of them. This personal problem that I had come to solve happened to be a problem that so many other people also had. I remember a particular experience I had a few weeks after I had resumed, where a person walked up to me after service and said to me that he has observed the things I wore for the last 3 Sundays to church, but this particular one, he wanted to buy it off my back. I found that amusing. What did I know? I was a teenager. Somebody wants to buy my clothes. I looked at him, I laughed, and I said to him, but it's not going to fit. You're quite bigger than me, and you're taller than me. And he said, I don't want to buy it to wear. I want to buy it for keeps. He liked my clothes enough to want to buy it off my back for the purpose of looking at it. I found this experience in particular really remarkable. It was one thing to come into the university and have my classmates, my schoolmates, my roommates be in awe of the things I wore. It's one thing to leave your room, taking a walk to the hostel, and get complimented by 5 strangers giving you a thumbs up because they find what you are wearing to be amazing. Most times people would ask me how they could get this, and I would say to them, take a picture, show your tailor, I'm sure he can come up with something like this. But each time the response was always different. People always felt like this was different. It was out of this world. And here was somebody proposing to buy my clothes off my back for the purpose of looking at it. This brings me to the second lesson that I've also learned in hindsight, that fashion is art. The same way that a piece of art would provoke emotions in a person, the same way a person will look at a painting and get raptured into realms, clothing has that same ability. Here I was as an 18-year-old wearing my outfit, and somebody looked at it and wanted to own it just for the purpose of looking. And so over the years, when I have made my collections, I have always understood that while there is a target audience that I tend to meet, while there is an audience out there willing to buy these clothes, there is another audience that finds satisfaction just by looking. There is an audience that gets fulfillment just by staring. And this goes a long way in how we've depicted our collections over time. Even with those experiences, I still found it strange that this clothes was having this type of effect on people. My design philosophy is to keep my clothes subtle, distinct, and elegant. How do you take a color as ubiquitous as navy blue and make it stand out without being ostentatious. Innovation. I came to realize long enough that innovation is basically seeing all things with new eyes and finding new ways to do all things. And over the years, that's what I've always done with our collections. As a core value, innovation is something that has always played out in every piece or collection that I've ever designed. Infusing elements that already exist in our world in menswear in ways that I've never seen done before. And that's exactly what has played out in this new collection, the Outlier. The play of colors in threads, the use of sequin in agbada and trads or kaftans is what we have used in this collection. Sequin is not the haberdashery of choice when you think of menswear, but why not? That's exactly what we've done, while staying true to our philosophy. I do believe that kaftans or trad, as we call them, will be the next staple wear globally. I do believe that the next wave, or the next global wave that will come out of this country, is going to be our Nigerian fashion. I do believe that a time is coming when a Caucasian would have a meeting and he will contemplate between wearing a navy blue suit or a navy blue kaftan.